everyone, today I am giving you information on the topic chalazion. So let's move to its introduction. Here the chalazion is present on the upper eyelid. Okay, this is known as chalazion. A chalazion is a benign, usually painless nodule or a swelling that appears on an eyelid. It is a benign. The word benign means it is a growth, cancerous growth takes place on an eyelid, but it is not harmful. Usually painless nodule. So this nodule becomes present, but it is painless. Next one, it is caused by blocking of the meibomian gland orifice on an eyelid. Different types of glands are present in the eyelid of an eye. One of the gland is meibomian gland. So when meibomian gland gets blocked, pus formation takes place, due to which it gives birth to the chalazion. Next one is, more than one chalazion may be present on an eyelid at the same or the different times. More than one chalazion may be present. It is also possible that 2 or 3 chalazions may be present on the upper eyelid only, or 2 to 3 chalazions may be present on the lower eyelid. Okay, at the same time, or sometimes one present, it get off and the another comes on. Next one, the term for multiple chalazion is chalasia. When 2 to 3 chalazions may be present on an eyelid, then this term chalasia is used for it. Next one, these are the meibomian glands which I was talking about. All are the meibomian glands. As you notice, meibomian glands are more on the upper eyelid as compared to the lower eyelid. So chalazion mostly occurs on the upper eyelid because there are more meibomian glands. If they get affected, then upper eyelid will affected as compared to the lower eyelid. Next one, symptoms. So let's talk about the symptoms. It is a painless swelling. Swelling appears on an eyelid, but it becomes painless. Increased tearing and irritation. Tear formation, watering comes from the eyes, and when continuously watering takes place, then irritation, burning, itching, all these things takes place. Redness, it gives birth to the redness also. Heaviness on an eyelid may be felt with large chalazion. If the chalazion becomes large, here is a chalazion and it becomes very large. So when the large chalazion takes place, it creates pressure on the cornea and eye doesn't becomes totally open. Okay. Next one, watering may be occur sometime due to eversion of the lower punctum caused by a large chalazion on the lower eyelid. So here the chalazion is present on the upper eyelid. So its side effect is eye doesn't becomes properly open and it creates a pressure on the lid as well as the cornea, which gives birth to the refractive error, which is a cylindrical part. Okay. So in this case, if the chalazion may present on the lower eyelid, so here it gets everted. Punctum get everted. There is a small hole present here which is known as punctum. If the punctum get everted, then continuously watering occurs. Next one is blurred vision may be occur occasionally due to induced astigmatism by a large cornea pressing on the cornea. Blurred vision may be occurs due to the large chalazion if it may be present on the upper eyelid. Let's move to the next. Next are the causes. Occurs by falling stye. The main difference between the stye as well as the chalazion is that the stye is painful and the stye occurs or treatable within the 7 days. If it becomes more than 7 days, 14 days, 15 days, 2 months, then it gets converted into the chalazion after the stye. Stye becomes painful and treated by itself, and chalazion requires different treatments or it gets converted into a painless nodule by blocking in one of the tiny meibomian glands of the upper and the lower eyelid. So I have shown you already, there are the different meibomian glands on the upper as well as the lower eyelid. On the upper eyelid they becomes more and the lower eyelids they are less. So mostly it affects the upper eyelid. The glands produce oil that helps in moisten the eyes. Meibomian gland is that gland which produce oil in our eyes and helps to moisten our eyes. If the eyes doesn't become moist, then wear and tear takes place. Cornea becomes rubbed, it becomes opacified. So it is very important gland. The underlying cause of chalazion is inflammation or virus affecting meibomian glands. Sometimes the different kinds of virus comes and it affects the meibomian glands, due to which chalazion occurs. And sometimes inflammation occurs. Inflammation means swelling occurs. Let's move to the signs. Nodule is noted slightly away from the lid margin. So lid margin, nodule is noted away from the lid margin. It is always away from the lid margin. It is not present on the lid. Present on the lid margin only. Upper lid may be involved more commonly than the lower lid. Always upper lid may be involved because more meibomian glands are present on the upper eyelid as compared to the lower eyelid. Reddish purple area where chalazion usually points seen on the palpebral conjunctiva after eversion of the lid. So here is the palpebral conjunctiva. The part is known as palpebral conjunctiva. So here the chalazion appears sometimes. Okay, when we invert the lower lid, then the chalazion appears here. Okay, which give results to the watering also. Let's move to the next one. Treatment. Many chalazion clear up on their own. A lot of the times the chalazion appear clear up on their own. It doesn't require any treatment. Next one, apply warm compression for 3 to 4 times a day. We have to apply warm compression for 3 to 4 times a day for about 10 to 15 minutes each by slightly pressing on the lump or the nodule. This will reduce the swelling. That swelling get reduced and soften the oil which block the meibomian glands and allow them to drain. So as a result, after putting a heat or a warm compression, oils become softened and they become strained on their own. Gently massaging the lump few times. You can also massage the lump for the few times by an ointment, gently massaging the lump. Next one, prescription of topical antibiotic eye drops, ointment or oral inflammatory drugs should be taken. Sometimes the prescription of topical antibiotic eye drops, some ointments or the drugs may be given for the treatment. If these treatments do not help, then surgical procedure may require to remove the chalazion. Next one, note. We should not attempt to squeeze, pop the chalazion as you may do more damage. So it should not be done to squeeze or pop the chalazion, which may do more damage. It will give results to the infection. Next one is prevention. Always wash your hands before touching your eyes. When you touch your eyes, always wash your hands. Keep everything that comes in contact with your eyes clean, including the spectacles or goggles. Okay, keep always all things should be clean that comes in contact with your eyes and avoid wearing the contact lenses. Thanks for your patience listening.